To turn to one of our Sunday special report, where there have been varied reactions following the release of the latest matriculation results. And to give perspectives on this issue is an educationist, Professor Adebisi Abayomi, and he joins me now from Lagos. Good to have you on the news at this time. So according to the matriculation board now,
thank you for having me.
More than 78% failed to meet the 200 mark threshold. What do you think could have been responsible for this worrying trend?
Thank you very much for having me. I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Very well, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. I listened to this special report, and yet there have been a lot of sides to what has happened. What I'm going to say is that I will not controvert both the parent and the student's allusion, but I may be presenting some other side to what has happened. I heard very clearly about the condition, about some of the things that happened. Students were under the sun. Yes, those things may have side effects on this examination, but I may not really stand to say that was a core reason why we had more than 75% of the population, scoring below. That's about 1.5 million below 200 points out of 400. I think for me, the youth of nowadays are extremely distracted. You see, they spend so much time on screen, whether be it handset phones, iPad, television, movie. They're so distracted with so many things that the core aspect of their education is at times led unattended to. And I see much of this as the reason for which we are having this kind of failure. Today, let's be realistic, even in our various homes. Today, you have your children sit at home, and 2 or 3 of them seated at home, they're not speaking to themselves for 2-3 hours. And what are they doing? Everybody is on a screen. And at a time when you check what the youth of today they're doing things that really value in this their time. And that takes me to the fact that it looks as if, again, to be fair to them, that probably JAMB is a bit disconnected from the reality of the present youth. The things that they value are not necessarily the things now that they find, in the various questions that they are asked. So it looks as if that generation has shifted from so many of those, theoretical questions, theoretical derivative or formula that we live in those old days, to love and to cherish. When you look, the attention span of today's youth is so short. In fact, it has even been narrowed. Some said, okay, after 15 minutes, an average, Gen Z is no longer listening to you. So then it looks as if there may be the need for us to do a critical study of how we can get them to love this examination again. Yes, there may be many other issues as been alluded, but I believe those issues are not the reason for which 75% will score below 200.
Right, point taken there, but let me quickly come in here. Apologies for the interruption. But the Minister of Education also announced that the West African Examination Council, that is WAEC, and the National Examinations Council, which is NECO, will begin transitioning to computer-based testing starting November this year. Do you think our educational system is prepared for this full rollout? What are your thoughts?
So I think I would say yes, we are, because when you look at the teledensity of Nigeria today, almost about 160 million Nigerians now have smartphones. If that is the issue, the Gen Z, they have it the more. I know for sure the infrastructure has not gotten to every nook and cranny of Nigeria. That is the truth. The city are much more benefiting, from the internet infrastructure than the villages. That's the fact. But you see, it is the same screen that the youth that they use today to do so many things. Many of them are on 5, 6, 7 social media at the same time, and they spend about 6, 7, 8 hours on these 6, 7 social media. and they come back to read, chemistry, their chemistry and their physics only for 30 minutes, and they've lost, their attention. Look, what I think we need to do is to not begin to encourage them how they will use the device in their hand to learn rather than using it to play. Because when you have 10 youths today, 8 of them will have smartphones. Many parents that do not have smartphones have ensured that their children have smartphones. And whatever is going to be done as examination is going to run on smartphones, which is the same thing they use, on TikTok, on WhatsApp, on all of those things. The only thing is that they have not really prioritized what will really build their future, which is some of these very critical examination, JAMB, WAEC, NECO, because you cannot move to any tertiary institution if you do not cross the bridge. So for me, I think we are right for that because the war will not wait for us. We cannot say because, we believe that, okay, there are still some villages that are unreached, and we now say that we should not go the way the world is going. No. But one thing very important is the fact that we need to begin to reorientate the youth. National Orientation Agency need to be involved. Parents need to stand up to do their bit. You should be able to ask your children that how many, I don't want you to spend more than 2 hours on screen time. If you're doing 3 hours, you're now doing physics and you're doing chemistry. If you do that, we may have a leadway for this for our children. Right.
In less than 1 minute now, what other reforms would you recommend to address the root causes of mass failure beyond just technological enforcement here?
Okay, I would say that again, JAM need to look inward. What type of question are they setting? If they are setting the question I wrote about 26, 27 years ago, in the present age that our attention span, is little, and they connect with things that are creative, innovation, entrepreneurship, AI, machine learning, even if they're doing Yoruba or CRK, then JAM needs to look inward and rework the way some of these questions are set. These questions are not supposed to be set for the student to fail. They're supposed to be set for them to be happy going to do the question. You can imagine if some of the things they find around what they love are in chemistry, are in physics, are in biology, are in mathematics. And you use the name of the people they love, the video, those things they follow in mathematics, in solving mathematics. The children, they begin to love it. So we have to, we have to turn it around if we are still mechanistic. And it is still the way it has been done, which is still, the same person setting the question of JAM, who people of old and everything who are disconnected from the youth are still the people setting. I used to set, JAM question. I understand all of these things. So JAM needs to look inward and resolve this and make the question exciting for the student, and our children will begin to pass again.
That's a fine place to live in. Thank you so much,
and
Professor.
I'm happy that my daughter, broke the record, scored 236. So I'm so happy for her. Because,
congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to you and your family. Thank you so much, Professor Adebisi Abayomi, for your insights on the news at 10 tonight. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
And that's where we leave it tonight on the news at 10, which also featured our Sunday specials. And for more updates on the stories we are monitoring, you can check us on our website, tvcnews.tv. You can also